Who do you think you are? Seriously, who do you think you are? Who you think you are determines the value that you hold for yourself. It determines if you think you're worth more or if you think you're worth less. Who do you think you are? Are you worth that relationship that is filled with drama? Are you worth those friends that are constantly bringing you down? Are you worth that job that is just sucking the life out of you? Who do you think you are? Where's your worth? Where's your value at? Who do you think you are? A while back, someone told me this. They said, Chris, since you've been going through this change in your life, it's like you think you're better than everybody. And he said this. He said, you're cocky and filled with yourself. And you're full of yourself is actually what he said. And here, it offended me, because here's the deal, guys, is you got to understand where I come from in my life. I hated my life. I hated every bit of my life. There was a point where I didn't want to live anymore. There was a point where it's just like, I hope I didn't wake up the next morning. So this person to say I thought I was better than everybody, I was just sitting here just like, are you kidding me? I don't feel better than anybody. Matter of fact, I hate it. I grew up hating it. I hated myself. I hated everything in my life. But it wasn't until I found out who I was in Christ that I realized who I was, my value. And it wasn't that I was filled with myself. It was who I was filled with. I was filled with this love and this grace and this mercy. And when you start to realize who you are, what value you hold in Christ, it will change your life. It will change the decisions you make. It will change everything. It will change the woman you marry, the girl that you're in a relationship, the guy that you're in a relationship. It will change the friends around you. When I found out my true worth, it changed my whole life. So who are you? Who do you think you are? Well, let me just give you a little glimpse of who you are. In John 15, Jesus calls us two things. He says, you are a friend of Jesus. And to me, I don't let just anybody become my friend, because I know my value. But when Jesus says you are a friend to me, you got to understand what a friend is. We are friends of Jesus. Then he says this, you are children of God. For those who believe, let me tell you something. I really believe I am a child of God. I really believe the value that I hold. I'm a value to Him in His kingdom, because I have children. I know that my children are valuable. And just to think that God, I am a child of His. I am of value. It says He knows the number of hairs on my head. He's formed me. He put me on this wheel and He's molded me. I know my value. And when you understand your value, it will change your life. It will change everything around you. So, who do you think you are? Because you are a child of God. Find your value, find your place in life, and be all God created you to be. But you can only do that when you realize you are a child of the Most High God. So now, are you worth more? Are you worth less? Because God says you're worth way more.